It's still Head Revolution right here on Echo FM 100.7. I had to go bring you voices of Remi Ogundepo, a biologist, and Dr. Abayomi Ajayi, a very, very popular male infertility expert who has been carrying on the campaign and awareness about male infertility and the need for men to speak up. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing the what is it called now? All of the analysis about sperm and semen and all of that, because that's not my field, right? But I want you to know that from what he said 12% of men who visit his clinic for male sperm analysis have no sperm at all in their ejaculate. And that's alarming. 12%. I want you to note the number. According to the World Health Organization, a normal sperm count requires at least 15 million sperm per millimeter of semen. What that means, don't ask me too much. Go read up and do more research. And I heard Remi say at least 20 million sperm. So imagine you ejaculate. I don't know. What I don't know now is if you ejaculate once or twice, but maybe all of that will be discussed in the future, because I know you see this issue of male infertility. I will try my best to always bring experts to talk about it. We have talked about male infertility, but we didn't really go too deep. We also talked about how, the size of the male organ can affect a man mentally. So don't worry. Let's look forward to the future. Trust me, I would get someone, an expert or a specialist in that field, to come enlighten everyone. So, but like I said, I have two places I would like to focus on this morning: testicular heat stress and technological advancement, and how it has affected the men of this generation. Okay, so quickly, testicular heat stress or scrotal hyperthermia is a condition where the testicles are exposed to elevated temperatures, disrupting their normal cooling mechanism. You heard Dr. Abayomi say that the testis was created outside the male body to breathe. Yes, you heard him when he said that. So for healthy sperm production, the testicles must be kept about 2 to 4 degrees Celsius cooler than the body's core temperature. Understand that. Now, why does temperature matter? The scrotum is designed to regulate temperature via a network of blood vessels and muscle contractions. And then when it fails and the testes get overheated, several issues will occur. And it's from these issues that will occur, I want us to now have one or two points. The first one is spermatogenesis failure. The process of creating sperm is directly temperature sensitive. Another issue that could come up is increased cell death. And then another one that could come up is poor sperm quality. Okay, surviving sperm often have abnormal shapes and poor motility. That is if they are in a heated environment. Now, the common causes of testicular heat stress, it can be caused by a combination of environmental, occupational, and lifestyle factors. I will focus on two: occupational and lifestyle. Now, the first one, lifestyle choices, frequent use of hot bath tops, tight fitting underwear. We keep mentioning this over and over again, and I know that the doctors who have come here at some point have told the men, stop wearing tight underwears. Okay, now this is one of the points I want us to look at. Habits: putting a hot laptop directly on your lap, or keeping heated car seats turned on. Now, the Dr. Abayomi mentioned keeping phone in the pocket. Or for those who ride Okada bike, what measures have you put in place to make sure that that male organ is well ventilated and breathes? The male organ breathes. And then for long distance drivers, what measures have you put in place? That brings me to occupation. Jobs that involve prolonged sitting or exposure to radiant heat professional drivers, chauffeurs, Okada riders, long distance bus drivers, even bakers, people who bake. Every now and then, for the men who bake, you are exposed to the heat from the oven. What measures have you put in place? The welders, what measures have you put in place? There are some people that work in industries and companies that will require, in fact, the moment you enter there, the kind of heat that comes out from that place, are you aware that it reduces the sperm quality of a man? So these are the issues I want us to look at, and I would like you to call in and contribute to the discussion. Like I said, don't ask me for expert advice. I am not an expert, okay? But if it goes beyond that, I will take note of your questions and send it over to the specialist. But I want us to talk about people who are already in these occupations, like the drivers. We have a lot of bus emo drivers who listen to this station. How do you cope? Like, I know most of you have been doing this for years. When I mean for years, some people in transportation business have been into that business for over 10, 15 years. Imagine you sitting down every day driving without properly ventilating that male organ. Has it affected you in any way? I'd like us to talk about this, and then before the end of the program, I'll try to drop 1 or 2 tips that can help the men. Then for the young boys, technological advancement, like I said, everyone now has a laptop. You carry your laptops around. Be you a student, a worker, whatever it is that you do, but everyone has a laptop. And in most cases, it depends on where you find yourself, and at that point, maybe you'd have to do something urgent. You place the laptop on your laps and you start to press, suffocating that man. Okay, keep your calls coming in this morning. 0911 20,022, 0911 20,022, or you call 0707 454 1014. Let's have a conversation around this, okay? What kind of work do you do? And for the occupations I have listed, if you fall within that category, how do you help yourself? How do you ensure that your bubble down is not being affected by your occupation? Keep your calls coming in. Hello? Hello? Okay, for some reason I can't hear you properly. Hello? Oh, what's going on this morning? Try as much as you can. Change your position. Call me back. This is a very sensitive and highly interactive, program. I would want to hear, especially from the drivers this morning. Hello?
Good morning, Miss Mary.
Good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name, please?
This is Jefta calling from Newbank.
It's good to have you, Jefta, and it's good to know that you are the first caller. Go ahead, please.
Hey, why would I be the first caller? Why are people not calling?
Go ahead.
So, concerning the job I do doesn't involve a lot of sitting.
Okay.
As much of that, so I try to stand between, sit within. So maybe sometimes I stand, sometimes I still I like standing more than sitting. And I avoid these popular buses as these condom buses as like clearance.
Okay.
So I use the normal. I don't know the name of that bus. I use the normal one that's more recommended.
Okay. So, but any advice for people who are exposed to such heat stress?
Try to give yourself breaks now. That is, at least breaks will help you. Because there are some business you cannot live without money. You have to work.
Okay.
Since you have to look for a way to earn a living.
Okay.
So you still have a way to regulate everything. To work.
It's okay. Thank you so much, Jefta, for your contribution this morning. And you heard what he said. Try as much as you can to give yourselves a break, maybe while doing the routine jobs that you do. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, the Slim Diva.
Ama, you are welcome. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Like you said, it's Ama that calls from which is speaking nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah, the Slim Diva, the truth is that not only males are victims of this testicular
Heat stress.
I mean, not only drivers, only drivers
Okay.
are victims of this testicular heat stress. There are some other people like you, who are doing office work. always see who are doing sedentary work that are victims of this testicle. Your male colleagues,
Okay.
victims of this testicular distress.
Yeah.
So I think the advice for everybody in that condition is you sit for some time, you get up, stretch yourself, walk around a bit, come and sit again, and continue with your work.
Okay.
The same advice goes to drivers. As a driver, what I normally do when I was driving, when I was in the business of driving, so I drive from one point to other and stop and get out of my seat, my vehicle, and walk around and wait for my turn. When it's my turn to load and leave, I load and leave. Within that short space of time, I must have, given that place a good condition for ventilation, for breathing. So that is my advice, and that is the way I look at it. Ama committed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ama, for your contribution. I appreciate you as always. Hello.
Hello. Good day.
Good morning. You're welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is Menkober Frank from Worksman Out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my sister, honestly, I love the topic, honestly, we are taking today.
Thank you.
It's very, very essential, honestly. You know, most of the people don't really focus on money, hustle for money, without finding way, honestly, to take good care of themselves.
Very true.
Number one is, some people, honestly, find difficult to do exercise.
Okay.
Exercise, honestly, is so medicinal. But most of the people neglect. And then second thing again, taking good water. It helps a lot, constantly.
Okay.
Taking water does not matter the quantity of water it takes a day. You must form the habit of constant taking all that constantly.
Okay.
You need to be drinking water always. Good water. I mean good water, not every water.
Okay.
I hope you get me.
I get you 100%.
So most of the people neglect all these things. It helps in our human life, in our healthy system. It helps a lot. But most of the people do ignore all these two things. So I'm using this medium to advise people, honestly, to take these two things serious. It helps a lot in their healthy system. Thank you. I have a great week ahead.
You too, Comrade Frank from Works Layout. Exercise, staying hydrated is what he says would help the men, especially men who might be into one or two occupations that will require them to sit for a long time. Ama says not only drivers are affected, even people in the entertainment and broadcast industry. I agree with you somehow because we work with equipment and there's something called radiation as well. So as part of measures we have put in place, that's why when you go into any broadcasting house, you find out that it's usually very cold, you know. The moment you watch some of our live streams, you'll see that we are always wearing long sleeves or cardigans or sweaters just to ensure that we do not catch cold, okay? So it's usually very, very cold, and that will now diffuse whatever will cause any of those effects, especially on the male organs. Okay, hello? Hello? Good morning. You're welcome.
You
Very well. You're sounding a little bit distant. Can you speak into your mouthpiece, please?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My own advice and say, someone that works hard, husband and wife supposed to help themselves together.
Okay.
You can't leave the labor alone for the man, and the man cannot leave the labor alone for the woman.
Okay.
Both of them supposed to work together.
Hmm.
In case one get can, then one will help that one also continue where he stops.
Okay.
You can't leave yourself like that and only expect the man to go out and come back. You, the woman, even the man may go out and come back. You, the woman, you are still there. The man will also come back. That duty in the house you're supposed to do as a woman. There is no strength for you to do it. Being a lazy woman, some lazy, some lazy women doesn't like going out. And they will not
I'm
like
trying.
what
I'm
about-
trying to link what you're saying to the topic. I'm a little bit lost. but all the same, okay. Thank you so much. It seems you mixed it up somewhere. However, can long distance driving for years affect sperm production? That's a $1 million question, and the answer is yes. Why? Sitting for long hours plus heat. When you sit for a long time, it causes pressure in the groin and poor blood flow. Plus the vibration that comes with the engine, when the vehicle is on. All of those things will raise the scrotal temperature. So professional drivers show lower sperm counts and motility according to some studies that have been done in men, that do not sit for long hours. I want you to know that. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name, please?
My name is Kingsley.
Kingsley, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lekede.
It's good to have you join us. Go ahead.
I want to ask a question. I want to get more insight and I want to be more enlightened. I do laundry business. I do use iron regularly. I stand a lot. So I want to know if that can affect me as a man.
Okay.
Iron usually bring out heat. And I do stand for a long time.
Okay. The standing aspect is, like I said, I do not have any expert in the studio, but I'll try my best to answer the one I can. And if it gets beyond my capacity, I would pass it on to an expert. But I feel that standing here is not the problem, okay? Standing is not even the problem. What we are even concerned about is sitting down for a long time, putting pressure on the groin and the male organ, and then exposing it to heat. For instance, you stand to iron. Do you bring the iron close to that place? No.
No.
You don't. No. So, and then I think that one measure you can put in place is make sure that place is well ventilated. Can you hear me?
No, I don't. Yeah, I can hear you.
I think that one measure you can put in place is making sure that environment is well ventilated, so that while you're.
I do all fan.
I think that solves the problem. Okay, don't be scared.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kingsley. I appreciate you. The laundry. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. Charles from World Bank.
Charles, it's been a while. Hope you're doing great.
Yeah, very well. Thank you for asking.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I used to hear this exercise all the time. And I've come to realize in Nigeria that what we are doing in Nigeria is not exercise. There is a difference between exercise and stress.
Oh, okay.
What most of us are doing is someone will train from our back to women. I say he's doing exercise.
Oh, now brisk walking.
When you know that your body is telling your brain that I am tired and the level of cortisol is high, undergoing stress. If you are teaching, if you are working and you know that you are very tired, for the sake, let me push my body to the limit so that I can make more money. At that point, it's no longer exercise, it's that stress.
Okay.
So there is a decision that you don't begin to. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, this got me really cracking up. Did you hear him? Don't go and trek from Obaku to Owerri and you say you are doing it. Uncle, suffering. Charles, I beg. I just go beg you this morning. Leave me. Hello.
Yeah.
Catch you soon. You're welcome.
All right.
Go ahead quickly.
Yeah. My name is Kachi Sinekua. Calling from out.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I want to thank you for this very topic.
Okay.
Now, in fact, when you talked about men using laptop on their laps, in fact, before God, I'm assuming you called me video call. My laptop was on my lap in the office.
That's terrible. Wow.
Assuming I heard that, I had to put it down.
Okay, you see?
Yes, so thank you very much for that particular information. That's why you say no knowledge is a waste. And no doubt, I have continued to learn new things from this your station.
Thank you.
Then another thing is this, that buster scroll. That one, I know about that one. But I don't even wear that kind of buster. I wear the banana own.
Okay.
But I think I will equally advise some of my brothers who wear them to equally stop.
Okay.
Now, I want to now ask a question. You see, this topic is about the men Now, I want to now also ask about the women. So maybe you can bring it as a topic next time. Now you talked about the men.
Can you send me a message, please, if it relates to the women, because it's a little bit off the discussion. Send me a message and then I'll respond. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kachi Sin. I appreciate you as always. Can keeping laptop on your lap affect sperm production? The answer is YES. Capital letter yes. Laptops get hot. 40 to 50 degrees Celsius at the base. So direct lap use raises scrotal temperature within 10 to 15 minutes. And then studies have linked it to lower sperm count. Inoruya, don't say I did not tell you. Okay, so for commercial drivers, for long distance drivers, what can you do? Try to ventilate. Very important. Long distance drivers, work on your air conditioning system. If you don't have enough money to do that, open up the windows. Make sure your windows are always open. Or you can get a small rechargeable fan. We have fans everywhere now that use solar. You can easily charge. And maybe when you get to your destination, you plug it and all of that. Now, I am seeing here, according to research, that you should avoid leather seats that trap heat. A mesh or cooling seat cover, the one that has the cooling or the mesh. I don't know how best to describe this because it's more visual than audio. It can help a lot. So they are saying that you should avoid leather seats that can trap heat. Another one is you should wear loose and breathable clothing. Your boxers shouldn't be tight. They should be more of cotton material. And when you wear something that is tight, plus an environment that is hot, do you know what that is called? Double wahala. Okay, let's squeeze in one more call and then I'll run away from the studio this morning. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, please. Good morning. Good morning. Name and location.
Good morning.
Quickly.
Yeah, this morning.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I agree with the doctors. I'm talking about wearing some lightning boxers. Most of the times, we the men, there are some certain boxers everything about you, will bust out.
Okay.
In as much as you wear maybe trousers or whatever thing.
Yes, I
understand.
know.
And as long as you are walking on the street, on the road, definitely there's some certain things your eye will see. Everyone will just it will look like an embarrassment.
I understand.
Understand. So, but in everything, I think this is where self-control now comes in.
Okay.
Because especially now, when you're talking as a man, and definitely you don't know what else to do. The best solution, the best remedy is just to put hand in the pocket, just to, augment it, not to embarrass the man. That's where I understand.
Okay.
So, I think everything the doctors have said there is very, very correct. Even those that are not doing anything, understand, we should all make sure that we protect ourselves. And at the end of the thing, everything will just be okay.
Thank you so much.
That's what I have to say.
Desmond, I appreciate you so much. But the truth is, it's better to be yourself. I don't know how best to put this now. Like he says, for people who would wear the baggy type of boxers, he feels that they might be embarrassed because all of a sudden to seem more like the organ is outside at the full glare of people. But won't you rather do that than subject that man down there to heat, testicular heat, because it will kill off all the sperm? That's the awareness that doctors are trying to create. Okay, so quickly, I'm trying to round off because I'm almost out of time. For commercial and long-distance drivers, break the heat cycle. Stop every 1 to 2 hours. Stand up. Walk around for about 5 to 10 minutes. To cool the groin and improve blood flow. Did you hear that? And then try to change your posture. Most people are in the habit of sitting. For instance, the commercial drivers that drive for a long time, you're driving from here to Abuja and you're sitting just upright for good how many hours? They are saying you should learn to change your posture. Don't sit flat for 8+ hours. Do not sit flat. It can affect that region. Adjust your seat angle or use a cooling wedge to cushion or reduce direct pressure on the groin. Okay? For the young men who are in the habit of placing laptops on their lap, please, you have heard from me this morning. Stop it. What you can do, try as much as you can to avoid high power task on the lap. If it's something you do in maybe 5-10 minutes, no problem. But if you're going to be playing a game on your lap or doing something that would maybe typing a document or putting together stuff that would last for like 1, 2, 3 hours, brother Biko, look for table. Limit the lap time, 15 to 20 minutes maximum on the lap, and then you move it immediately. Okay? And then, yes, get a desk, get a table, or a laptop cooling pad. I don't know if we have that. If you must use the laptop on your lap, please make sure it's not directly on the groin or directly on your male organ. Okay, I think I have said enough this morning. I just wanted to create a little awareness. I was triggered by the figure I saw that said that male infertility has tripled as of today. So every man listening at this time, Biko, I beg you, teach your sons, yes, teach the teenage boys what they should know so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it and start to have issues with their sperm production. I have said enough. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable. Tomorrow, unusual something is going to happen here. Listen from 6:30 till 10, and try to find my voice. Anywhere you find my voice, you take on like that. Thank you so much. J-Boy, over to you.
It's the news at noon on Echo FM 100.7.
It's the 30th day of June 2026. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwode, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories at this time. Here are the headlines. Remi Tinubu defense comment says federal government also supports tomatoes pepper sellers. INEC restores NDC nomination portal access, says Dixon. Local refineries import 2 million barrels of Libyan crude amid domestic shortage. An Israeli army closes charity headquarters in Nablus. European rescue teams arrive Venezuela in a bid to find quake survivors. And on sports news, France to test Sweden with Mbappe, Dembele and Olise. Details shortly. And as usual, we start off with national stories that says the First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has defended her earlier comments on small-scale businesses, saying the federal government's empowerment programs extend beyond akara sellers to include traders in tomatoes, pepper, vegetables, and roasted plantain. Her remarks comes days after comments she made about akara, roasted corn and kuli-kuli businesses sparked widespread backlash on social media, with many Nigerians accusing her of trivializing the country's economic hardship. Addressing the criticism directly, the First Lady stated that the federal government had donated 100 million naira to the Jigawa state government to empower 2,000 petty traders in the state. She maintained that the criticism trailing her earlier remarks would not deter the government from its empowerment programs. The First Lady also spoke about Nigeria's untapped resources, citing an orange orchard she visited in Benue State and expressed hope that young Nigerians would explore opportunities beyond oil. Moving on, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has restored the Nigeria Democratic Congress's access to its candidate nomination portal, allowing the party to uphold the names of its national leader, Senator Siriake Dixon, and presidential candidate Peter Obi, despite the ongoing legal battle over the party's status. Dixon described it as a positive step after the party filed a notice of appeal and an application for stay of execution against last week's judgment of the Federal High Court in Lokoja. He stated that the appeal and accompanying applications had been served on the Electoral Commission with a covering letter urging it to act in accordance with the law. According to him, the NDC remains a duly registered political party and has validly conducted its primaries under INEC supervision. The senator therefore urged party members not to panic, noting that there was still sufficient time to complete the nomination process within INEC's timetable. And over to Enugu State, where Governor Peter Mbah has approved scholarships for more than 760 beneficiaries under the state's 2025 and 2026 local scholarship scheme as part of efforts to expand access to education and strengthen human capital development. The Executive Secretary of the Enugu State Scholarship and Education Loans Board, Chukwuemeka Mbah, disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen. He stated that the beneficiaries drawn from the 17 local government areas of the state and across various fields of study comprise of more than 500 undergraduate students, 100 postgraduate students, and 160 public sector teachers. According to him, successful applicants who passed the computer-based test have begun receiving text messages and emails inviting them for verification and documentation on a local government by local government basis. Mba noted that the scholarship scheme reflects the governor's commitment to investing in education, empowering young people, and equipping the state's workforce with the knowledge and skills needed to drive the state's development agenda. He urged successful candidates to respond promptly to the notifications sent to them to facilitate the verification process. Meanwhile, in Kwara, the state governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak has dismissed all his political advisors and several top aides in what the government described as a minor cabinet reshuffle aimed at reinvigorating the administration. Those affected by the decision include all special advisors, senior special assistants, and special assistants, as well as the deputy chief of staff and the principal private secretary to the governor. The development was announced in a statement issued by the deputy chief press secretary to the governor, Mashood Abola. According to the statement, the exercise was intended to create opportunities for more members of the ruling party while bringing in fresh energy into the administration. The governor therefore expressed appreciation to the affected officials for their contribution to his administration and wished them success in their future endeavors. The government also directed all affected appointees to immediately hand over. It's exactly 8 minutes past noon. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Remi Tinubu defense comment says federal government also supports tomatoes and pepper sellers. INEC restores NDC nomination portal access. This is according to Dixon. And local refineries import 2 million barrels of Libyan crude amid domestic shortage. Israeli army closes charity headquarters in Nablus. Still on the foreign scene, European rescue teams arrive Venezuela in a bid to find quake survivors. And on sports news, France to test Sweden with Mbappe, Dembele, and Olise. Details of these and more shortly after this break. Stay tuned.
Lassa fever is a type of viral hemorrhagic illness that can be contracted from humans or rats already infected with the Lassa virus. The disease is usually spread to people via contact with the urine or feces of an infected rat or animal. Mild symptoms of Lassa fever may include fever, tiredness or fatigue, cough, sore throat, weakness, and headache. In 20% of people, more severe symptoms such as bleeding gums, breathing problems, vomiting, chest pain, or dangerously low blood pressure may occur. You can reduce your risk of Lassa fever by keeping your living space free of rodents and protecting yourself when you're around someone who is infected. Avoid contact with rodents, especially in areas where Lassa fever is common. Keep living spaces clean. Store food in closed containers to discourage attracting rats and other pests. Wear protective covering when caring for someone who has Lassa fever. If you are infected with the virus, isolate yourself and stay away from others to prevent spreading it. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. We now move over to the rest of the news. In business news, reports say Nigeria has imported an average of 2 million barrels of crude from Libya, the first of such imports from the North African country ever. Dangote Petroleum Refinery is the major importer of crude into Nigeria. The import comes amid the high export of crude locally produced in Nigeria to other countries, leaving local refineries with no option but to seek feedstock elsewhere. According to reports, Libya's crude oil exports reached a new milestone after Nigeria imported Libyan oil for the first time on record, highlighting the growing role of Libyan supplies in regional energy markets amid ongoing disruptions to global trade flows. Recall that there were reports in 2024 that Dangote Petroleum Refinery was in talks with Libya for the purchase of crude oil. However, the Libyan Oil Corporation denied negotiating or entering into talks regarding the crude oil supply to any Nigerian refinery. But it appears the agreement has finally been concluded with a supply of 2 million barrels to the Dangote refinery in just 1 month. In another development on the foreign scene, the Israeli army has closed the headquarters of the Atadanum Charitable Society in the northern occupied West Bank city of Nablus, claiming it supports terrorism. Israeli forces stormed Nablus at dawn with military vehicles and trucks, which raided the charity's headquarters and confiscated its contents, including office equipment and aid designated for poor families. Speaking after inspecting the charity's headquarters, Nablus Governor Ghassan Douglas stated that the occupation would fail in its policy of targeting charitable institutions that provide services to poor and the orphaned. He noted that Atadanum has a long history of supporting families in need, adding that its closure would not stop aid from being delivered. Ghassan Hadam, who's the director of Medical Relief Society in Nablus, noted that the closure was not the first of its kind, but part of a systematic Israeli targeting of institutions that provide services to Palestinian society. And still on the foreign scene, tens of thousands of people unfortunately remain unaccounted for, and time is running out to find survivors following the quakes of magnitude 7.2 and 7.5, the strongest to hit the South American nation in more than a century. Experts say the first 72 hours after natural disasters usually define the narrow window for rescuing the living. Meanwhile, the United States military repaired and reopened a key seaport in the hardest hit area of Venezuela as the country began burying more than 1,700 victims of the twin quakes. Days after powerful back-to-back quakes flattened entire neighborhoods, the task of recovering the dead loomed large, and hopes of finding survivors has faded. By the latest official count, some 1,700 are dead and 5,000 are injured, with no government's word on the number still missing. Other estimates place these numbers in tens of thousands. And lastly, on sports news, France will unleash their forward line in Sweden in the last 32 tie at the World Cup, while Erling Haaland will try to fire Norway past Ivory Coast and into the next round. Co-host Mexico bid to continue their journey in front of a fervent crowd when they take on Ecuador. The Swedish defense is bracing to face not only Kylian Mbappe, who has scored 4 times already in the tournament, but also Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele, who notched a hat-trick in a 4-1 win against Norway in the group stage. France came into the World Cup as one of the leading contenders to win the trophy, following their triumph in 2018 and defeat on penalties to Argentina in the 2022 final. But Sweden's route to the World Cup is unusual, as they finished bottom of their qualifying group, but were parachuted into the playoffs thanks to their performance in the UEFA Nations League. And that's all for the global news at noon this afternoon, as was brought to you directly from our news desk. For more information and inquiries, please visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7. X at Echo FM _Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net, or search for us on Radio Garden by typing Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. My name is Mary Omeniwode. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon to you.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.